evening stroll through the woods looking for his family like he'd misplaced his keys. The footsteps passed us, faded. I waited until I couldn't hear them, and then I waited longer. The truck, I whispered it into Mom's ear. He left the keys in the visor. We crept through the woods toward the dirt road. Every snap of a twig froze all three of us. Bea was silent now, her face buried in my shoulder, her rabbit crushed between us. The truck was parked where he'd left it. The driver door eased open, and I lifted Bea into the back seat, and Mom climbed in after her. I slid behind the wheel. I was 16. I'd driven exactly 4 times in my life. My hands were slippery with blood and shaking so hard I could barely grip the wheel. I turned the key and the engine roared to life and the headlights blasted the trees. I reached for the gear shift and the radio crackled on with the engine. A voice filled the cab. Authorities are now confirming that Grayson Chemical knew about the contamination for over 18 months and failed to report. CEO David Harlan is wanted for questioning in connection with the poisoning of the municipal water supply in Carlton, affecting an estimated 15,000 residents. Harlan has not been seen since Friday. Investigators believe he may have fled with company documents that could be key to the prosecution. Federal agents have issued a warrant. Mom reached over and turned it off. Her hand was shaking. He said people were threatening us. I know. He said someone threw a rock through our window. He said we had to hide or they'd hurt Bea. She pressed her hand over her mouth. Were the threats even real? I gripped the steering wheel. Mom, the people looking for us aren't threats. They're investigators, federal agents. The people Dad said were coming to hurt us are coming to arrest him. The horror hit worse than anything in the cabin. I gripped the steering wheel, and the blood from my palms smeared the leather. My dad hadn't snapped. He hadn't been protecting us. He'd poisoned 15,000 people, and then he'd driven his family to a cabin with a briefcase full of evidence and poured gasoline around both. The padlocks weren't to keep danger out. They were to keep witnesses in. The gasoline wasn't a contingency against attackers, and if his family was inside when it burned, that was a price he'd already decided to pay. He'd calculated every move. The cabin, the isolation, the phones in the lockbox, the rules, the gasoline. He was hiding his family because his name was about to be on every screen in the country, and he needed us where nobody could find us and ask us questions. Fresh start, that's what he'd called it. A fresh start. It was a cover story, and the cabin was the hiding place, and we were the loose ends. Headlights swept across the windshield. Someone on the road. I threw the truck in reverse, but the figure was already in front of us. Dad, standing in the headlight beams, the gas can at his feet. His shirt was wet with gasoline. His face was lit up white and flat in the high beams. He held up both hands, calm, still calm. Jesse, turn off the truck. His voice was steady, the same voice that read bedtime stories, the same voice that said fresh start in the car. I put it in park. My foot stayed on the brake. You don't understand what's happening. I just heard it on the radio. A flicker crossed his face. Just a flicker. He smoothed it. That's not the whole story. 15,000 people. It's complicated. You knew the water was poison and you let them drink it. I was trying to fix it. The board wouldn't listen. I tried to. You dragged us to a cabin and nailed the windows shut and hit Mom and poured gasoline around a house with your 7-year-old daughter.